to spots that no one knows. Good hugs and hot